Welcome to today's presentation. Is a session to the youth mappers in Sierra Leone, looking at how to advance Earth observation for their project on mapping rice in Kenema. Digital Earth Africa was set up 4 years ago with the objective of empowering different sectors from government, academia, and civil society, and working across these thematic areas from agriculture, water, land degradation, urbanization, and coastal erosion. And South Africa is working with a team of partners across the continent to empower the use of Earth observation for supporting their various development agendas. Continental services include water observation from space, crop map, cloud-free mosaics, all geomat, coastlines, and recently water bodies. South Africa is providing satellite data through which is free access. From the US, we have Landsat from USGS, and from Europe, we have the European Space Agency, Sentinel 1 and 2, all these geared to empower various stakeholders to support their different development agendas and, of course, report on sustainable development goals, including food security. On this side, you can see some of the continental services and the applications. And water observation from space covers over 3 decades, showing you water availability, for example, like Basin, and very key to inform different management plans for water. Food security is very key, where we have the crop mass carton meters, Sentinel-2, showing different examples. And we also have vegetation anomalies, which are very key for an area of our choice. You can see vegetation over time. And the coastline also very key, empowering coastal management, covering 38 countries, showing you hotspot areas and years of change. You can see from the example. Water bodies continental service covers over 3 decades, very key, showing you individual water bodies in Africa. Access to Digital Africa, we have the Digital Africa map and the sandbox, where most of your work you're doing using pre-run Jupyter notebooks, and also you can access the platform in your GIS software like QGIS and Esri, and also we have free online resources on learning platform, self-paced. So for example, you can see an image of Freetown. This is from Sentinel-2, 4-color composite. Also, Sandbox has different notebooks in different folders. And today we'll have an example at crop health and technology, optical and radar. An example of crop health mapping in Kenema area, Daru. You can see individual points, and you can see how they are plotted over time, giving you an indication of harvesting and planting. So this example gives you an idea, accessing the platform, accessing the sandbox, free registration. And it's an example of crop health. You can see the plot for different times, and you can see the dates, as you mentioned, around September, October, different rice, and the other one for December. So the key message is to have good reference data and areas that you can compare, and you can advise the farmers accordingly and empower Sierra Leone to be food secure. Then we have the free online courses. We also have the Digital Africa agriculture food security. You can see like there are 5 topics, self-paced, you get a certificate of completion. Then you can look at the vegetation phenology from space, and you can look at different years, and you can see the phenology for different times. So you can see our dates of September, October, and the other one for November, December. So planting, harvesting season, planting season, and the peak of a season where we have now harvesting, and the end of a season, and the start of a season in August. So this resonates with our rice farming in Sierra Leone, as you can see. You can see the start of the season on the point where we have peak, the other variety for December, as you mentioned earlier on. So this one we can see step by step, accessing the platform and going to your sandbox and running the vegetation phonology notebook step by step. And here is where we change the coordinates and the dates. You can see the phenology year by year. That is very key to inform our farmers. You can see the variety for December. So you also gave the other example of Benduma. You'll be able to see how that one works. So also looking at the one for radar, here we have a similar one, but the results are not similar to the other ones. So the optical will be a good choice. So we can also look at the vegetation anomalies for the whole country of Sierra Leone. Looking at the vegetation extent, you can look at different times of the year, and you can see step by step how to do it. So this might inform the years where we had drought and the years where we had floods. I remember around August 2019. So we can do year by year. Then you can look at water observation from space. Is an example of Lake Mabesi. And the areas in blue are remain water. The areas around these colors, areas which have dried over time. We can see the example from the Digital Earth Africa map, as well as the sandbox. Here you load your annual water observation from space for 30 years of data. And you change the legend, look at the frequency. Then also we go on the sandbox to look at that particular notebook. And you can see the data is loaded. Then of course we have water resources course, self-paced as well, with 3 topics, and you receive a certificate of participation completion. So this is Lake Mabesi as well from space. Using Sentinel-2, you can look at the water quality from space. Just an indication of how that one can work. Good colors, the blue, and something towards the red, issues of algae bloom. Then you also have the coastal change, mangroves. You can look at different areas and zones. Then you can look at flood assessment, areas of floods. Then you can look at algae bloom from space. Then we have sandbox tutorials in English and French. Then our data is also accessible on the Esri platform on our Africa portal with step-by-step tutorials. Then other accesses through the web map surfaces in your QGIS or Esri. Then working closely with the YouthMappers and other partners to demonstrate impact in relation to the YouthMappers team in Sierra Leone and Kenema University. And the great work that we're able to do, water resources management, the free online courses we mentioned, in English and French, and also connecting with us every Wednesday in English or French sessions at 11 a.m. GMT 0 time. I'm grateful to the partners who made this program possible, especially the Australian government and Health Trust and other partners. And also now in the sandbox, we can show you the example that we talked about. So we had the crop type farming around Daru area. And this one, you just start and restart your kernel and it will run so long as you just change your extents. And on the optical phenology in your real world, we're able to cover the examples, as you can see. And we had a new example for Benduma. This was just changing the extents and having the new areas for Benduma rice farming. We talked about the harvesting, the upland rice and the swamp rice. And here you can be able to see how that was, we able to generate that. And also you can take a screenshot of this for your reports. You can right click and save an image or copy and put it on your report and compare with an area by area basis. So you can do a phenology for each year. And also we have the other one for Itibai as an example. We can see the areas and the extent, and you can see some of the results. Very interesting results, different years and different phenology, as you can see. So this one must be the upland swamp rice for December. So we have different examples, making sure that you're empowered. Also guiding you to the user guide. You can get more resources on either of those notebooks we've mentioned. And also very grateful to the team at Sierra Leone for their great work and the acknowledgement also on the work they have done. The Digital Africa Technical Challenge, very amazing team led by Momoy, making sure that we are all empowered and leaving no one behind. Thank you so much. And we continue to be connected with the teams everywhere in Africa.